right there. Literally.
So we're in the Bangkok Airport, and we got a number. The numbers up there on the screen are at about 861. So this is gonna be quite the wait. So close, so close. We have our tag, and now we're on our way. Balcony of our hostel here in Bangkok. There is a very interesting aroma and mix of smells. A very interesting security method. Don't climb that wall. It won't end well. Day 2 here in Bangkok, Thailand, and we're getting ready to try and tackle the Chatuchak weekend market. This is the top of the market. Overwhelmed yet? Goes all the way back there. Everything you can probably think of, you can most likely find here at the Chatuchak market. You just also have to be prepared and know how to haggle. Today we're on the hunt for some elephant pants, and I also want to find a tank top because somehow I forgot to bring one. We didn't bring a whole lot of extra space, so there won't be a whole lot of shopping. But we didn't think we could come all the way to Bangkok and not experience this. The first thing we're looking for is food, because we're starving. Let's see what we find. To have some lunch. Just waiting on a table. First came into the market, we definitely saw some areas that seemed really small and claustrophobic. So it's nice to see that there are a bunch of other stalls that are out in the open where there is breathing room. It seems like all of the stalls of the things that we want to get happen to be in these open areas. If you're looking for books and other things, you may have to go down those little darker alleyways. we ventured over to the artist portion. All kinds of interesting art. We also ran by a stall with like racially offensive art. So there's just freedom of expression apparently here. So we're back on the bridge where we started, and we are trying to get a taxi. It's loud, sorry. We're trying to get a taxi so that we can go and get a pedicure, but we are constantly being scammed. Taxi drivers want about 200 baht to take us 4 miles. I don't think so. We're gonna use public transportation instead. Up to the train station, I just have to say, I'm a little irritated. Everywhere else that we've been in the world, children typically under 5 are either half price or they ride for free. Not here. They have to pay full adult fare for a seat that they probably won't even occupy. Elaborate a little bit more about what I was saying about the 200 baht scam. When we were coming from the market, a lot of the taxi drivers did not want to turn on their meter. That is a clear-cut sign that they're probably going to scam you once you get to your destination. We had a couple of taxi drivers who tried to haggle with us, started really high at 250 baht, went down to 200 baht. If you get in the car, what's going to encourage them or stop them from still trying to jack the price up once you get to your destination? Do not get in a taxi unless they turn on the meter. If they refuse to turn on the meter, don't get in the car or get out promptly. So we're down in Siam. We're looking for the mall so that we can get a pedicure. We were looking for a fish spa, but from reading online, it seems like those are just kind of a tourist trap and don't really do the same as a full pedicure. So we found some reviews online and found a place that has some good pedicures, so that is what we're in search of. We're headed right there. It's called MBK Center for short, but it's pronounced Ma Bung Krong, and it is a big shopping center that also has a bunch of other shops around it. So now we're in search of somewhere to get a good pedicure. Art installation. The odd thing is that it's like mid to late January, so I guess they want to keep Christmas alive forever. I have no qualms with that. Up here on the 5th floor is the MBK Tourist Lounge, which is open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. This lounge is great. It even has restrooms available that are really clean that you don't have to pay for. And they include a really nice clean toilet. And they have showers, but the lady at the front asked that you do not take showers, but they also have little lockers here. So if you're in the MBK Mall, you should definitely come and check out the tourist center. It is up on the 5th floor in the first zone behind the International Food Court. You just have to sign up when you first come in, and then you have a relaxing place to sit. They offer snacks, a nice quiet place for the family. We came up here so that I could nurse, and it was nice and quiet. It's a good place to relax. They also offer free Wi-Fi. You guys should come and check it out. So the MBK Mall turned out to be a complete and total bust, so now we're headed over to another nail shop that's right down the street. We just have to take the train one stop over. An important thing to pay attention to when you're getting your nails done in Thailand is making sure that there aren't extras. Some nail shops charge for polish and other things that would be standard in the States, but we found this amazing nail shop and we got really great results. Despite the fact that halfway through our pedicures, the entire block lost power. If you want to learn more about using spa services like nail salons in Thailand, be sure to head over to the blog at travelingthequest.com. Alright, so we just got our nails done and we are headed over to Terminal 21 to check out the mall really quickly and then to get something to eat. Terminal 21 shopping mall is unique in that it almost resembles an airport. So we're going through gate 4, we're gonna go through security apparently, and then we're gonna go to different levels for departures and other things. So we're headed up to Istanbul. I can totally see why Nomadic Matt said that this is one of his favorite shopping malls. It's huge, and I really like the theme of the mall. It's really neat that you have a departure on the escalator, and then once you get to the top, you have your arrival. While we've been here in Bangkok, we've been seeing commercials about this, and it looks so intriguing. There's someone in action making it tableside. We found dinner. We're gonna try something called Jun Zat Hut, which is also apparently called Barbecue Plaza. It is a self-cooking experience that Riley was interested in, so we'll see. This is the Bangkok City Pillar Shrine. We were on our way to the palace and we happened upon it. Good morning, guys. It is day 3 here in Bangkok, and this morning we are at the Grand Palace. This place is the epitome of opulence, and the vibe here is a little bit different because their king just passed away in October. So there is a vibe of reverence and of remembering, but man, this place still is gorgeous. Now we're just leaving the palace and we are in search of food that does not have what I like to call a tourist tax attached to it, which means that the price is 3 times what it usually is because we're in a touristy area. Next stop for the day is to see the reclining Buddha. Isn't it beautiful? We're headed to the airport. Next stop is Chiang Mai, Thailand. So the saga of really crowded airports in Southeast Asia continues. We are here, our flight is at 12:25. We are here at 10:25 intentionally. We are going domestic, but don't let your American views of going domestic versus international sway you into thinking that you can pull that here. Every time we've gotten ready to take a domestic flight, we've been at the airport at least 2 hours before for this exact reason. Because we have the American Express Platinum card, we also get access to Priority Pass. And here in the Bangkok Airport, they have the Coral Executive Lounge. And so we are gonna go in there and relax until it's time for our flight to take off. So we're down in the lounge and we're headed over to our gate. That lounge access. Let me tell you, it may seem excessive to some people and unnecessary, but it is nice to be able to have a meal, sometimes alcohol if you would like it, in a quiet space. I was able to nurse in there, we were able to get something to eat, and we don't have to waste money on it. Worth it in my opinion. So we're here in the airport and we have a few minutes before our flight took off, and I thought that it was okay time to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the ways that we save money on this trip and how we're able to travel so much. The biggest money saving tip that we've been using so far is using budget airlines. So a lot of people, especially those who are a little elitist when it comes to traveling in the States, refuse to travel on Spirit Airlines or Frontier Airlines with good reason. However, when you're international, budget airlines are actually a quick and easy and cheap way to get from one place to another. Now, when you factor in the time that it takes to get into the airport through security, it may have been easier to take a train or to take a bus or whatever other method of transportation, but we personally like taking planes. Rue loves traveling on planes, and flights around Thailand are really inexpensive. AirAsia's flights, I'll drop an example here of how much we ended up spending for a flight within Thailand. So if you're looking at flights and you're thinking, oh, well, I should only fly with a carrier that I know, I would encourage you to look at a carrier like AirAsia. I would also encourage you to look on TripAdvisor and see if you can find reviews. There's going to be negative reviews regardless when it comes to some of these budget carriers, but there are carriers once you get out of the US that are budget carriers, and then there are budget carriers. And some of them you're not going to want to fly on, either because they're flying really old equipment that may be outdated, or the service just may be awful. So do your research and don't feel like you need to spend extra money on a carrier that you know, because you could be jet setting all over Europe or all over Asia for half the price and still have excellent service. The folks at AirAsia, we've taken 3 flights with them, and we also flew on Jetstar. The staff has been amazing. If having food and drink on a plane is important to you, if having food and drink on a flight is important to you, then you can pre-order with a lot of these budget airlines. But quite frankly, we just show up early and either go to the lounge, or we just buy food and drink before we get on the flight. That way we know exactly what we're getting. Usually it's a little bit more fresh and we can have a larger selection. If you're flying on these carriers for longer than 5 or 6 hours, I would also encourage you to upgrade to a larger seat with legroom. Families who are traveling with children, however, though, cannot upgrade to these seats because they're typically in the emergency exit row. That's my quick tip about how to save money jet setting around Asia or in Europe.